during my hour break, so yeah. Anyway, let's do this, Kareem. Richard, you're free to stick around for it as well. So
Yeah, I can.
what I'm gonna do, Kareem, is I'm just gonna walk you through the variations of how price reacts to volume profile. And there are so many combinations, but I just want to walk you through the scenarios. So let's start with especially, let's just do like what happened. What the fuck is this? Wait, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Okay, I'm just gonna go back in time to. Why did market behave like that? I'm not even gonna question it. But oh, this is gonna be a little bit tough. Okay. All right. What I want you to notice here is the 1 minute time frame volume profile is purely only for executions. The way the volume profile works is when you have a high volume node or a cluster of high volume node, it is an area where there were a lot of orders, so previous buyers or sellers are going to protect the level. It doesn't matter if it's like white or blue. I don't use that. I just use the fact that there's a lot of transaction here. So in order for price to take this buy side liquidity, you can see right here, it needs to push past that past this high volume node because they're protecting price from getting to there. But what happens if price, like what is the way for price to come here? It is only in two ways. Number one, we have a heavy buyer, so price is just gonna go like fucking shoot up to it. Or number two, if it really wants that buy side, it's going to go get tagged at this, come manipulate, and then go for round two, maybe manipulate, and then finally go for round three and get it fully. That's what a high volume node does. You either breach it fully or it's a problematic area that's protecting before more liquidity. All right, so that's the 1 minute. So when we're in this position, what I do is I took a look at a 4 hour and I see here. Do you see on the 4 hour we have a high time frame, high volume node right here? So first thing I do is I'm going to keep this in mind for myself. So I'll mark this out. And this is also how I mark my TP longs and TP shorts. So I might go, price is here right now. If it hits a 4 hour low volume node, it's going to probably retrace a bit before going further by any degree. And so I'm going to mark that out as TP longs. Now I'm going to go on to 1 hour and I'm going like, oh, there's a low volume node right here. So I'm going to mark that out as TP longs. Reason being, it's above price. Where's TP shorts? I see this range right here and equilibrium. So TP shorts is at equilibrium. It's basically at the high time frame, high volume node. So TP shorts right here. And I go into the 30 minute and I see, okay, 30 minute high volume node TP longs is pretty much here. The buy side is further. So I mark out TP longs. This is how you can use a volume profile to mark out your levels and see exactly how price is going to ping pong off of them. You see right here, we have a low 30 minute high volume node. So it might get stuck a bit before going further down. So this is already TP shorts where it's at. Now we can go into 15. And you can see in every time frame, the volume profile breaks down to give you more information on what's the problematic area. Like right here, price interacted so much, so it's going to be a high volume node here. It's going to be very tough for us to break and take that. So 5, and we're just going to play price going forward. So you can see a low, let me see here, 4 hour, where is that? So we go straight to the high volume node on 4 hour. And if I go to the 1 minute, this is already at the high volume node, but notice that every time we got to one of these levels, like we got here to TP shorts, do you see how precise this is? What happened the first time we got here?
We shot up.
We shot up completely. So when you're engineering your TP, you need to mark out these levels for yourself and know this is the highest probability where price is going to reverse. I literally marked this out for you like real time. This is bottom tick. This is to the tick. It's not like I just like planned exactly it was right there. No, I just did it based on a volume profile. So if you're ever TPing, you TP pretty much there or like one less than there and you get top tick. Why do we mark this out? Because we know when it hits a problematic area, price is going to retrace by some degree before shooting further. And so we know. And now we know, okay, this is a high volume node. If it retraces, it's going to manipulate. As long as we're not like changing market structure to the upside, we're still bearish. Nice. We got this inversion. This is true displacement delivers us lower. So we know the second time it comes here, it is either going to get a reversal sequence to go higher, but you don't enter based off this because I don't know what strategy would, unless you're like insane like RP profits. And you see this candle here, this based on the discretionary narrative is already going to tell you, because let me take a look at ES real quick. Just look at this. You see the structure right here?
Yeah, up, down. AI structure.
AI generated liquidity, and you get bearish SMT delivering us all the way from a level that was previous. Like we have this cluster, so this is buy side right here, and we just delivered from all of this bearish imbalance. This has to be some higher time frame PD array, and the reason I just know that is because of the shape, but I don't need to know that. I can confirm it. The whole reason why we go into higher time frames or lower time frames is because they inherently represent a PD array in like proper shape and definition. So there was like a 5-minute and 15-minute, but if you go into the 1 minute, let me see. Not a single body is making it up, and even the times it does, we get 2 bodies, but look at how many more wicks are not making it up to CE, right? Yeah. So you see a bearish SMT where the buy side is, because like this shit is already going up while, so I'm just mark out SMT, and this buy side I'll mark out this SMT. It doesn't even matter. The whole point is we tried to break above this imbalance. We had a huge rejection here, obvious ass SMT. We're already going for these draws, and even after we accumulated, we're still going lower, and then we just tip that to the high volume node. If we disrespect that, we know we're going a lot lower, because it takes a lot of strength for sellers to break a high volume node. So if you're breaking a high volume node, the first thing you need to see is it comes to a high volume node, which is this level I marked out, and it's going to retrace from it. But if it comes back to it and disrespects it, it tells you there are heavy sellers. We want to break through this problematic area. To where? So I'm just kind of giving you the narrative. If it goes up to here, it can come down to here before it feels problems, or halfway down a high volume node. So if it comes halfway down, that would be TP shorts. If it comes to this low volume node, it's going to get stopped before this high volume node. So that's TP shorts. And then now we have our new levels marked out. Look at a 5-minute. Oh, it corresponds to a low volume node here. So maybe it can be exactly here. But I'll keep it halfway down, because getting to here is a lot harder than getting to here, because it means the same as getting to here plus more probability. That's how probability works. Oh, this is a 5-minute high volume node. I'm going to update this to be the high volume node, because getting to here is easier than getting to here, because getting to here means you have to get to here plus a little more. So I'm going to update it here. So that's how I engineer my volume profile. And then, 15-minute, it matches. 30-minute, sure, that doesn't mean anything. Hourly, all right, that doesn't tell me anything. So I already engineered it on 2 time frames, 3 time frames, so that's fine. And now you would engineer these to the levels. The whole point of volume profile is just to tell you where price might have a problematic area. So we'll just play it out more. You see what happened?
Yep, TP shorts.
TP shorts. If you were in a short, you better be the fuck out right here, because this is where price is going to have a problematic area and it's going to reject more. In fact, based on what I'm showing you already, imagine you fucking set it long right here, because you're like, okay, let me blindly have a 20-point stop loss and their 30-point target. TP bang, right? What strategy am I using? I'm not using any strategy. This is all based on levels. So yeah, that's how you want to engineer. And so what happens when you do use a strategy for this? For some reason, you're in a short, you have IFVGs are not a strategy. They're just an entry trigger. So this is entry trigger telling us we're bearish. We see all of this liquidity being disrespected. After this candle, this is like a disrespect. This candle is disrespect confirmation, because I bet you right here in the 30-second, it tried to, or in the, you don't have the 15-second, but I just want to illustrate this to you. Yeah, exactly. We had a bullish candle right here. It disrespected here. We rebalanced the disrespect. And this is a disrespect of the rebalance. So this right here is true displacement. This is a rebalance of the displacement. And this is a disrespect of the displacement. Every time you get a disrespect of the displacement, you can already just take the entry with the stop loss at the rebalance and just target your next target, which is right here. And TP bang. So I didn't need to show you in the 15-second. You can get the structure from the 1 minute, because look at the candle. It opened here. It probably came down, or it went up, but it went up as high as here, left behind the upper wick, and went all the way down there and still closed down there. That candle is already telling you we had a rebalance within the candle and it was disrespected. So that would already be an entry based on disrespecting the high volume node. Where do you have to take profit? Probably somewhere at this level right here, or you might as well target lower. Probably at this level if you don't want this retracement. So let's say you entered here. Whatever reason, you had a strategy that told you, I need to enter right here, because it is going to go down. This is the rebalance. I'm wrong when it goes up to the rebalance, because we just saw this I don't know if you want to call this order block, whatever strategy has that, but for some reason there's a reason to enter here. You better be the fuck out right here, otherwise it's coming back. Imagine you went here, it's like, what are you on? You either get break even or you get a loss. So this is how we use the volume profile. Let me keep showing you more examples, and let me know if I'm going a little faster, if I should explain more.
No, you're going perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but are you recording right now? Because I might just watch this sometime.
Yeah, I actually am recording right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. I'll upload it on YouTube for you, Richard.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah. So
I want to read too.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I get everything.
yeah. So
I'm
there.
gonna top up and do some personal stuff in my case, so you guys just enjoy.
All right. You're headed out, Richard.
Yeah, probably, and get some good rest here.
All right, cool. I'll just finish this off with Kareem in that case.
All right, sounds good. Good
Yeah.
night, guys.
All right. Good night, Richard.
Make sure you're back here as well.
Yep.
All right. See you.
All right. See you. Okay. So there's that example, and price dropping around. We go into 5 minute. How do we know that that's a target? Because look at this liquidity right here.
Yeah.
What did we take? We took that low, and because it's a bearish candle, I bet you right now it's a swing low on a low time frame. Right there.
Yep.
We took that swing low on a 1 minute. Why is it that this candle matters in the cluster of liquidity? Because it's a swing low, and in order to push lower, we need to push past a reason that we can already reverse from. And look at this candle right here. Why not this candle? Because if you take a look at the range, let's say this is the displacement higher. This is just a little bit of candlestick study. This is the displacement higher. So the range of liquidity is really just here. That's our full range in this whole thing is our range of liquidity. Because over here is the one that pushed us up, and here's the one that pushed us up further. So this is the end of the range of liquidity. So this is how you have to know how to target these. We're 100% going to take at least half the range, but where's the most likely part we're going to get stopped? We're probably going to get stopped at this bearish candle, this swing low. And if it already engineers correctly to your volume profile, then just put TP right before that. So this is how you know this is a good TP. All right, so now we're going to keep observing how price behaves with the volume profile. So remember, all these levels I marked out based on the hourly, because effectively, how does price come to a I want to illustrate this to you. If price is breaking down the high volume node, when it hits the low volume node, it's going to retrace. It's literally right here. It's here. It's here already. When price comes from an area of issues and hits the low volume node, boom, it's going to experience a little retracement. It could be a tiny one, or it could be this one. So that's why we use these levels. On a lower time frame, that tells us price is going to retrace in whatever way. That's information. So how does price interact at the volume profile? Hit this, it's going to retrace. Hit this, it's going to retrace or get stuck. Hit this, it's 100% going to get stuck for a while. If it doesn't get stuck, we had some heavy buyers or heavy sellers that really pushed us further. That's information too. If it gets stuck, you know why, because this was an interaction. They call it the point of control in order flow, but it was an area of lots of orders or an area of a lack of orders.
What kind of trading style is this? Would this be considered order flow?
This is considered price action with a little dose of order flow.
Okay.
Nobody really trades like this. I'm telling you right now, this is unique to me, because you either trade order flow or you trade price action, but very few people trade both.
So do you recommend me learning this trading style, because I really like it?
I do recommend you, because this will let you know exactly how the market is going to move, and it lets you know how to fade certain trades. And when you do have a trade that looks good, then you can take it with confidence. Because for example, when the volume profile is just coming down here, if price breaks below this high volume node, it's going to literally cascade all the way to this low volume node to take out the swing low. Like, I'll mark it right now, TP shorts, and we can see that later if it does. So let's go back to the 5 minute where we would execute, and let's just watch price continue to interact. So keep in mind, this is the high volume node, TP shorts, TP longs. I'm going to start deleting some of these levels. I'm going to keep the level that we interacted of and just keep skipping forward. And why are we chopping here? Look at it 1 hour.
Yeah.
High volume node. So we're gonna keep going. Look at that. Problematic area. Came off the same level we marked out. And when you break it, you see this low volume node right here? You see this high volume node right here? You see? Where did it come back from? It came halfway down. No, not the low volume node. The low volume node is right here. It came halfway down the mountain, and it really didn't want to push down further. That's the first manipulation. You get a manipulation at the mountain top, halfway down the mountain, or the mountain bottom. There's only 3 that you care about. So I'm going to play it out more. And it's back to this main area. But let's see when it next breaks out. And I just want to show you the hourly again. You see? On the hourly? We came halfway down the mountain and it got stuck. So it manipulated. So that's how the volume profile behaves. You either get stuck at the mountain halfway down or all the way down. So 15-minute. And then there's TP longs. Where's the 5-minute? Okay, take a look at the volume profile in a 5-minute. Do you see how the volume profile is getting descending more and more and more?
Yeah.
That means if we get true displacement, a market structure shift right here, for example, it's not even a market structure shift because we're already bullish. But I'm just gonna say swing high. If we take the swing high, then look, we are already displacing from this high volume node. That's what's pushing us lower. If we disrespect what pushed us lower, then sellers just got fucked. Because how are they going to protect against these relative equal highs and this stacked liquidity right here? And also the next point of protection is the high volume node. So once they take that, maybe they'll get a retrace here, maybe they'll get a retrace here, maybe they'll get a retrace up there because the high volume node, low volume node, low volume node. But on the way down to here, it's just a slope going all the way down. So if you think of price as a skier, oh, you're accelerating. Maybe you jump up, you're accelerating. Where do you get stopped? Somewhere here, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll go all the way through, but the moments it doesn't, it makes sense it will stop here. So let's see if we take the level. Price never ends up taking the level. So we know we wouldn't have entered long because it didn't disrespect that area. And
oh my god. Holy shit.
Holy. I think I might have taken this trade. I might have taken this trade actually. That looked oddly familiar. I deadass might have taken that trade. Hold on.
Hold on.
Do you see my screen?
Yeah. Is that... Did you enter off 4 minis?
I did.
Wow.
There we go. I don't even know if I can break even. Who cares about break even? It literally.
Oh, I watched this on Instagram.
Alright. Bang.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was this. Oh wait, was it that one? It might have been it. Or something like that.
Right?
It looks similar, yeah. It might have been that one. I don't remember. I think so. But wait, is it?
Oh my... Oh. I got scared for a second, Alex. It said 8 hours and 45 seconds, but it's because I've been in the Discord for a minute.
Oh my god.
I was like, holy shit. We've been in a call for 9 hours?
Oh shit. Yeah, I was about to say. But yeah, do you see this level that I marked out here?
Yeah.
What happened on the 1 minute once we took this level? We started chopping around it. So that's how you know how to use the volume profile. The volume profile, to me, the volume profile does 2 things. One is it tells me what levels are being problematic, where sellers and buyers will protect. And that means if we breach these levels, well, now buyers or sellers are fucked and price is going to start going. You see this level right here, TP shorts area? This was a level that they're going to protect. Do you remember earlier I explained to you how this is like falling down a mountain and it saved the hill?
Yeah.
If we breach the level buyers were protecting so hard here. This is how true displacement happens. This is how I know price is going to explode, so I can enter market during the explosion. That's what volume profile does that price action can never do, or order flow will do for you. And then this is how you know to take profit here. And then, all right, let's observe one more phenomenon. So TP shorts right here, this right here, for example, that's a high volume node. On New York, by the way, the volume profile matters a little bit less because, no, it doesn't matter less. It only matters more on the higher time frame because there's so much more liquidity and so much more volatility and volume that they will destroy volume profile like crazy. But you can still use it as a guide. So 4 hour, how are we looking in the 4 hour? Here's a high volume within a low volume node. So let's look at a 1 minute. Actually, I still want to mark this out just to show you how it interacts. I always go high volume node on the higher time frame in priority, and then you engineer it with a low volume node. So let's say TV shorts. All right, so I'm gonna play it out for you. What is this? This is New York session. So you see right here, I marked out this level. And remember, the way I'm marking out these levels is all based on the higher time frame volume profile. Or we can go on a 15. It's not giving us the reason why it's grayed out a bit is because it's new territory, so it's not giving us enough information. But on the 4 hour, we did. We hit this level, we experience problematic area. We break below it, then we're going to break. And it hit this level, it's experienced a problematic area. So like these levels are really containing price, or price goes below. It's just like liquidity. So let's keep marking it from here. I'm going to get rid of all of these. I'm holding control. I'm clicking delete. I'll go on to 4 hour again. And this is where I know if price wants to come up to here, because this is like a little low volume node going up the mountain, or at the peak of the mountain, then it's going to either shoot through all the way or it's going to get problematic area and get stuck for a bit. So I'll mark out TP longs because it is above price. And we rejected. Do you see how perfectly this rejects the low volume node? Or bounces. But what does it also correspond to? Halfway climbing the hill. So for people who are entering and sniping this based on this order block, like that, you can call this a demand zone or an order block. Do you see how people are doing these types of orders with invalidation right here?
Yeah.
And they could just target whatever, like, that's just one trading style. And the volume profile exposes how easy it is too. Let's go back into 1 minute and see how price interacts.
Wow.
What happened? We came up to TP. We came up to that level and price got stuck. So these levels are so important. And if you engineer it on every time frame, look, how could I have engineered this better at the time? Let me go back and replay and engineer it as we're coming up to it. Look. Oh, what's that? That's a low volume node on a 5 minute. So I got this from a higher time frame volume profile, but I know I can engineer it more precise. Let's do it before price comes up to here, so it's more realistic. Where's the low volume node? Boom. So I know TP longs is right here. But what is this right here? That's liquidity. So I can put it right there. Let's take a look at 15. 15 is going up a little bit more. 30. 30. Okay, so no information. No information hourly. 4 hour. What is that, bro? It's a high volume node that exists on the climb up, right? So you have one high volume node on the 4 hour, and you have one low volume node on the 5 minute corresponding to liquidity. So now we engineered it, and we can be on a 1 minute, and we know if price is going up to here, if we have an entry trigger, maybe after we get a market structure shift on a 1 minute. So boom. And it perfectly gets stuck at our level because this was a previous 5 minute low volume node corresponding to a 4 hour high volume node. Based on these alone, if you put a short position here with a 20-point stop loss, you would have been tagged right here, and you could target this order block down here, or this clustered area. do some RP profits shit. And that's what the volume profile can do to you and your trades. What it does for me, it tells me where my levels are, where I need to exit, where it could go from here. Take a look at a 5 minute. 5 minute high volume node. I mark that out. TP longs. If it wants to go rebalance the range, it corresponds to the 618 golden ratio. Boom. It rejects that area completely. And you can engineer it better if you want to do this in the lower time frame. So let's take a look at that again. Look at the 1 minute. Oh, what is this? A 1 minute bearish gap, right? But what comes first? The high volume node or the bearish gap? The bearish gap.
Bearish gap, yeah.
So we do the bearish gap CE. Boom. See how beautiful it is?
Yeah.
And what is this? What is this high volume node? A very hard area for price to break through. So stop loss can just be like that. It can be like just above this order block. Call this the order block. The reason I call this order block is because this bullish candle technically would be the order block, but this would be a precise order block where price pushed up, stopped pushing up. That's the order block. If we're rejecting this order block failed to stop us from pushing up, then it's going to push up all the way to this buy side. That's how we set our stop loss here, and it rejects the area, and it corresponds to the volume profile. And boom, yo, look at that! What happened when we hit TP shorts? It instantly bounced, right?
Problematic area, yeah.
Yeah. So, and where did we get this from? We got it from a higher time frame.
I agree.
Yeah. What is this on the 4 hour? It's a low volume node, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What is this on the 5 minute? We don't have information. 15 high volume node. 30 minute high volume node. Hourly high volume node, right? So that's how we engineered TP to the tick. And so if I know for some reason I'm in a short here, you have the capacity to take a 1 to 6 risk reward just like this based on just a volume profile. That's why any discretional strategy can be like hyper strong levels wise. And if you have a strategy with this, you pair your strategy with the volume profile observations and you just know where price is going. Like based on the volume profile alone, this is permissible. Let's not base it on the volume profile alone. Let's base this on the fact that we have bearish order flow, and let's do volume profile with price action. And I'm going to analyze this with you right now. And let's say, oh, I just hopped on a chart. I want to potentially take something in the next minute. Okay, so 4 hour hit the high, 4 hour bullish gap is being respected, but this 4 hour bullish gap got disrespected entirely, so we're not exactly bullish. Price is dipping down. On a daily, we are not yet rebalanced, so it makes sense for price to come lower. On the 1 hour, let's see what's going on. Oh, look at that. What is this? 1 hour respected a bearish gap. So just like that. All right, so where's our target? I already marked out TP shorts right here because the target was the 4 hour low volume node. Why is this a target that's permissible? Because that allows price to start descending the mountain. You see this mountain right here? Price descends it like a skier. So that's why it's permissible. All right, now let's go into the 5 minute. What happened right here? So let me go zoom in here. Oh, would you look at that? Look at ES. Where's this? Where's that? What did ES just do? We're so much higher on ES. Do you see that? Clear bearish SMT. And remember that this was in an hourly. So this is an hour gap. We took buy side liquidity. This is not just an SMT plus buy side liquidity. So here I'm doing volume profile and price action with you. SMT, bearish SMT. All right, does ES have any reason whatsoever to go lower? Absolutely. AI generated liquidity. Trend line. All of that trend line right here is sell side. And ES took all of that sell side All right, so that was the SMT performing right here. All right, what about the next time? Does ES have any reason to go lower? So that was the first SMT. Does ES have any reason to go lower from here? Let's see where this corresponds to. So hourly. All right, let's go into 4 hour. And there's our order block. There's our 4 hour order block. And also, take a look at this. There's upper wick. Go on a daily. There's nothing on a daily. Let's go. I wouldn't use 2 hour. Let me go into 1 hour. What's that? Okay, I'm gonna mark out that hourly bearish gap from here. It's all the way to the left, but they all matter. They really do matter. Okay, so what is this? If it respected an hourly gap, you see how beautifully that respected it? Then it's a rejection block. This is a rejection block. Let's verify if it's a rejection block. What is this on the hourly? It's a high volume node. What about the 4 hour? It's kind of a high volume node. Like, this is a reason price would not be able to push all the way to the low volume node. So that could be a reason for rejection. So we have a rejection block on the top. ES has a reason to be prevented from going up. And where are we here? Look at the 1 hour. What is this? It's a high volume node. High time frame, high volume node. Where did we hit? An order block on the 4 hour, because it is where price said, let me push up. I'm going to leave a wick behind, and I was only able to push up as high as this, leaving a body. So that's the order block right here. All right. Now we confirmed, all right, this is potentially a reason for us to go down. 30 minute, what do we have right here? 30 minute bearish gap. So 30 minute bearish gap right here. High volume node again. Let's go 15. 15 minute. It's a low volume node crevice within a high volume node. This is beautiful because high volume node, low volume node, high volume node. This is reasons where price can experience failure to push furthermore, because this is a level that sellers are protecting. All right. So now we know ES is going to have problems to go up here. Does that make sense? And we previously seen a huge delivery down from here. And where else is this? Buy side liquidity. Where is that? Buy side liquidity. What is this? That is a 15 minute bearish gap. So 15 minute bearish for valley gap right here. All right. Let's go into 5 minute. And we're really trying to push for that level. What is this? It's an invitation of buyers. What does the market run off? Traders' emotions. It runs off emotions. It invites traders so that we can generate liquidity for the winners to take profit with. All right. That's all the analysis I need to do. ES is permissible to go lower. If ES was not permissible, if we didn't have this high volume node, if the volume profile on the hourly, I just want to show you, if the volume profile on the 15 minute wasn't like this, if the 4 hour volume profile was, let's say hourly, because this was climbing, if the hourly volume profile wasn't like this, but instead the volume profile was like high over here, if it was like this instead, and it looked like that, and it's a descending mountain, so high mountain, let me draw this a little better, high mountain, lower, 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 lower. If the volume profile looked like that, then what is price gonna do? Boom, boom. Oh, it's gonna go boom, 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 boom. And that would be a disaster. That's where ES is not permissible, because if you're a skier and this is a slope, you're gonna accelerate the fuck up or down here, right? Down this mountain, up in price. But no, volume profile is like this. Imagine you're a skier and you're climbing this. How steep would that be to you, Kareem? Do you see?
Yeah, pretty steep.
That'd be fucking steep as hell, right? So ES tells us this is very hard for volume to go up. All right, that's all the confirmation we needed, that ES has reason to go down or reason to not be able to go up. NQ has all the reason to go down. We have already shown you here a bearish gap. This is 4 hour is climbing this high volume node halfway here. This is the high volume node. This is the range from the low volume node. This is another low volume node. This is halfway up to the high volume node on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, it's a low volume node area. It's a high volume node right here. On the 30 minute, 30 minutes high volume node. Our stop loss is beyond the 30 minute high volume node. A 30 minute high volume node is powerful because we trade the 1 minute and the 5 minute. On the 15 minute, oh, it's a huge high volume node protecting us. a 15-minute high volume node this sharp is powerful because we trade the 1 minute and the 5 minute. A 5 minute, wow, that's a very defined, it's not even faded out, it's literally white. That means this is interaction happening relevantly right now. 5 minute invalidation above the order block. 1 minute. Okay, now it's getting sharper. If you're a skier, imagine you're driving a monster truck, Kareem. You get up this hill. What happens when you get here? Can you imagine a monster truck getting stuck here? And then imagine how much power you need to push up to here, right? That's the metaphor I want you to use. And look at what happened here. 1 minute bearish gap at a high volume node, beautifully disrespected, leaving a wick in there. This is all the bearish confluence you need. That's a very relevant one to confirm bearish order flow. So with that narrative, we know ES is bearish, or we know ES has a problematic area where it could be stopped from going further. We know this order block is valid because look at how prices just boom, 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 boom at this 4-hour order block. And we know NASDAQ has reason to go lower because this SMT previously, it's another raid in this buy side right here. And let me see real quick. Where's this? All right, check this out. Where's this candle? Fuck. Where's this candle? Right here. That's already bullish. Where's this candle? On NQ? All the way there. And if we're in our position, it would be bearish SMT. Do you see how much more distance NQ has to make it up versus ES?
Yeah.
So this is already in support. We have bearish SMT right here. And that's all the reason. And we get tapped to the tick right there. Okay, our SMT is done. And where would you exit the order if this was wrong? I don't want to see this order coming down after we're breaking through major volume profile. Where's major volume profile? There's this 1 minute right here. 1 minute bullish fair value gap. Why do I choose this one? Because you see this high volume node right here. If we're breaking through this high volume node, do you see how it would be very unreasonable if price is truly bearish to still come all the way back after doing something? So after doing something like this, let me delete that. So after doing something like this, it would be very unreasonable for it to go like that. That doesn't happen. It would most likely come for it again and go lower. So that's why once we breach this volume profile, we can go break even. Let's go next. Completely breach the shit out of it. We're not coming back. This is permissible to go trail before this volume profile. And then where did price get stopped? Right here at this order block. So order block with this 1 minute bearish gap. And let's take a look. Why did price get stopped? We need to ask ourselves these questions. Why did it get stopped here? Because there was a 1 minute order block and it's coming halfway from here to here. It's trying to make its way halfway down a mountain. That's why. What else? Why else did price get stopped? There's always a reason why there could be, like, it's really not random. Yes, we're gonna have random buyers and random sellers in the world, but the footprint and the history of price is much more and ultimately so much more powerful of a reason why price got stopped. Do you see now?
Yeah.
Why did price get stopped? Because there was a 15-minute low volume node. That's why price got stopped. That's why price can't break all the way down right away. All right, so now we know why price got stopped, and we go, is it worth that I keep holding from here? Take a look at the 1 minute. We are more likely than not in the 1 minute time frame to still make it to this low volume node right here. So if you wanted this 1 minute bullish fair value gap, this 1 minute bullish fair value gap right here with a swing low right here corresponds perfectly to this low volume node right there. So I might go TP shorts right here. That could be one, but we engineered it here because this was I believe this was a 4 hour. Yeah, it was a 4 hour low volume node, and this takes precedence. But if you want to beat the fuck out your trade, you take the 1 minute. All right, so there's a structure. Let's keep playing it out, and we completely reject it. This one got displaced through because the 4 hour wins, and done. And that's a 1 to 6 RR. So easily done with just a volume profile. and it goes around. And look, remember the same high volume node area? It just rejected. And now it came back to the high volume node area and took it, and it's permissible to go higher. But at our exact same position, it just rejected. And now it can go higher. But what happened? It got stuck at the gap. And now, let's take a look at ES, our levels. You see this right here, this rejection block?
Yeah.
It got stuck to the tick from the CE, but we're bullish, so we shouldn't get stuck. But if you want to TP and not hold for another 6 minutes, which honestly you can hold for another 6 minutes, then that would be one reason why price would retrace. And then it never led us through to the buy side over here. But yeah, these are price action and volume profile. And take a look at the 4 hour. Why did it not let us through? Because on the 4 hour, we're not allowed, price is not being allowed to go higher than halfway up the mountain. Does that kind of make sense on how volume profile works now? Yeah. Hope that lecture was useful, bro.
Yeah. And make sure to, since you're recording,
Yeah.
to rewatch it, to understand. Well, I understand it, to master it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, you got it. I'm gonna upload this
I really
recording for you.
appreciate Alex. You help me. Sometimes I feel like you're my mentor, but like you do it for free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's great, bro. I'm happy to hear that. Dude, I'm in this for you because I see very few people in this world are actually like onto it, especially when you have tougher situations than most. Like you're in that situation, you have the right mindset for it. Like I'm invested in you. So let's get
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Alright, bro.
All right, bro. With that, I'm gonna tag you. I'm gonna upload this video to YouTube. I'll tag you. I'll tag Richard as well. And yeah, you guys can watch over.
All right, I'm gonna head to bed.
Yeah.
It's like 12 for me, and I was low key like dozing off.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah,
Thank
got
you so
you.
much.
All right, good night, Kareem.
Good night. See you later, bro.
See you. Cool. Oh my god, that was good water.